Today, we will be talking about negative visualization and why I believe this needs to become an essential aspect of your daily life. Now, on the surface, negative visualization, or taken at face value, sounds very negative, and it is. Negative visualization is just as it sounds, the visualization of a negative event. Let's say you have a mother and you believe she is dead. Or more accurately, you visualize that she is dead and you play through what that looks like. You play through the fact that you'll never see her again, you'll never talk to her again. You're planning for her funeral. Your dad, if you still have a dad, is going to be lonely now and you're going to miss her a lot. Play through all those things. And then you try to imagine it as real as you can. And then you realize your mother's not dead. And you realize how grateful you are for that. How much you, if the former was true, would give anything to have one last, not even conversation, just one last moment in her presence. And how amazing it would be. So it is a negative thing, but it's a negative thing that is supposed to have a positive connotation. It's supposed to have a positive effect on you because you realize that you are lucky. You realize that that situation that you realized is the situation in other people's lives. You realize that you are lucky that that has not happened to you, and other people are not so lucky because that has happened to them, or they're currently going through that. So negative visualization is negative, but as long as you can go into it with the right perspective and the right view, you can derive immense positivity out of it. You can leave the negative visualization with immense gratitude towards the subject of negative visualization. So, this is a practice that I'm starting to try to implement a lot more in my life because I am a person who definitely struggles with gratitude and knowing what I have before it's gone. And it isn't a particularly fun experience to realize that you have been taking something or someone for granted, and realize how maybe just a brief negative visualization, daily, weekly, monthly, situation to situation could have improved your relationship with that person. So this is something I'm going to try to start implementing a lot more. I've known about it for a while now, but it was one of those things that I learned about and kind of let out to dry, just so to speak. And I don't think that that was the correct thing, because I think this is a very, very powerful um, concept, and negative visualization can lead to so much positive action in your life. Visualization is, it's just visual. It's just visualization. It's not even real, so it doesn't really matter. Epictetus talks about, and later Marcus Aurelius talks about how he learned from Epictetus that when you tuck your child in to say goodnight, tell yourself that they may not see the morning. And obviously that's dark, but imagine how much better of a good night you could say to your child if at the forefront of your consciousness you were thinking about how potentially this is going to be the last time you can ever, not even just say goodnight, but the last interaction you'll ever have with your child. So I think it's important to look past the almost completely, not look past the negative because it's part of the whole practice, but understand that it's not really a negative as long as you derive positivity out of it. Because a visualization is not life. You aren't what you visualize. You are your actions. You are your experiences. And you shouldn't be worried about tempting fate, as Marcus Aurelius says in the latter part of that passage, because fate is not tempted when you talk about the harvest or talk about your dreams being fulfilled. He talks about the harvest. I added the latter. But yeah, just negative visualize so that you are grateful for the things that you have. In the last video, A Blade of Grass. If you guys didn't watch it, I recommend you watch it. I thought it was a good story, but my dog is barking in that video, and I thought he was gonna be barking during this video, and I was gonna, say, if I could wish that he wasn't barking right now, but I wouldn't wish him to be dead. If he ran into traffic earlier and was hit by a car, I would wish that he was barking during one of my videos. You know what I mean? So, reframing is just such a powerful thing when you truly think about what it's doing, because you can take any situation, and typically, almost always, a situation can get worse, if not always. So just to imagine how potentially this situation could be worse, or how if what you want is fulfilled, like my dog not barking during a video, that could potentially look like him being dead. And I wouldn't want the latter, so therefore I shouldn't want the former. Obviously, like right now, he's not dead and he's not barking, hallelujah, but that doesn't do me any good when he is barking. So a negative visualization practice can help immensely.